So already today we've been talking about, just the rapid change that's happening in our industry, whether it's technology, whether it's the growing shortage of talent, whether it's the complexity of regulation or the complexity of, the increasing complexity of marine operations. And we know that all of those changes as businesses, that they're going to have an impact. And if we don't embrace those changes, our businesses are going to start to fall behind and potentially fail. And those changes also mean that we need to make sure that we have the people that can help enable our business with those changes. So that starts to put an even more demand on a very limited talent pool already. We know that in our industry, the supply is already greater than the demand. And so as an employer, we really have to start differentiating ourselves. How do we make sure that we get the right talent and that they want to come and work for us, right? Especially with a new workforce coming into our industry, which are digital natives, right? They live and breathe technology, and technology is super important to them. And that's why, as an employer, if we're going to start attracting this into the workforce, we really need to start thinking about technology as an enabler. And this is where HCM can be a real game changer. HCM, in its most simple terms, is just a suite of tools that helps to automate a lot of the HR administrative tasks, right? So as an employer, it gets you to focus less on process and more on the person, more on that experience, more making them feel that they're important to you as an organization, which really drives their motivation and their productivity and their commitment to you as an organization. In a digital way, the way we communicate, the way we collaborate, the way we learn is very different to the way it used to be. And so an HCM is one of those tools that can really drive that in a connected way. If you think about the values of having a technology like this that allows you to focus on the experience in a connected way for your employees and the value that that will bring, it's huge. And from right to how you attract talent, there's nothing more beneficial to a candidate than having a one-touch application process, right? If it's super easy for someone to apply, they're more likely to apply, especially in a world where our attention spans are getting smaller and smaller with each single day. And once you've applied in an HCM tool, you can start to use the technologies that are coming in, like AI, that can really start to help you screen your CVs and select candidates at a much quicker pace. So that means your time to hire is reducing. It can also look at the skills on the CVs and match that to the skills that you want from that person in your organization. And once you've made an offer, that can be an automated process that then moves straight on to onboarding. So that candidate becomes a new hire, and immediately they get enrolled in payroll and benefits very seamlessly, and they get a learning path that allows them to onboard and hit the ground running specifically to their role. And we all know the value that that can bring to our businesses. And then you move them along from onboarding to performing, and you heard Robert and Nicholas talk about all the learning parts and adaptive learning. You want to create that culture of performance where it's a feedback culture, where people understand what you expect from them, and they understand what they need to do in terms of developing their skills, and that they feel that they're growing in their career. And you start to link performance with development, and you make it really personalized to the employee. And again, this is a super great experience because people are learning what they need to learn to be able to do their roles effectively, but they're also learning to grow and develop and advance their careers. And the more that they grow and learn and feel committed to your organization, the more they're going to be tied around the success and the goals that you're trying to achieve as a business. And then you move that along, and if they are getting very fairly rewarded, if you are able to see in your HCM tool, people's compensation compared to where the market is, and you're continuing to give the types of benefits that allow that employee to feel that they have what they need for the right point in their life, I personally like to have dog pet insurance because I have a dog, but I know there are other people that prefer childcare or whatever it might be that's important to them at that point in their life. You start to really see how this can drive retention for you as an organization. So I really am a true believer that if you enable your HR processes with technology, you are able to focus on the experience, and that's what matters to candidates and employees today. I want to just bring that back to what the talent wants today in the market. People want to feel heard. They want to actually understand what they need to do to improve and to grow in their careers. They want to make sure that they've got the right work-life balance. And in our industry, that's sometimes hard to strike the right balance. But they really want to know that as an employer, you care. And when you have HCMs, you are able to plug in a lot of third-party solutions that can help you with assessing people's health. Giving them the mental coaching that they need, looking after their mental health and well-being, offering them services that help them support their families, particularly when they're away from home. So it all comes right back to your ability to attract talent and bring them into your organization. And there are other benefits for you as well as a business. Robert talked a lot about using data to make the right decisions around, how are people performing? Are they ready for promotion? Are they likely to attrit in your business? Do they feel highly engaged and motivated? And the HCM allows that. It also helps you get rid of a lot of manual tasks or resource-heavy tasks, and that's a savings to your business. And as well as allowing you to really focus on the compliance aspects, right? GDPR is getting much, much more complex today, and the way we handle the data for our employees, their ability to access their data and update their data is really key. And again, this is a benefit of having an HCM solution in your business. And there is a lot that it can do for you in terms of, as I said, the optimization of talent strategies using AI or chatbots. So there is a huge amount of benefits to you. But the overriding benefit is your ability to attract talent, to motivate talent, to retain your talent, and to focus on them as people, to get rid of the process, and to really drive the personalization that's key to the workforces today. And I think that's all I wanted to share. So thank you.